Students of class 6, I have come back again in front of you with the same lesson that we started from Unit 1, Section 1, the best job in the world. I told you yesterday that this lesson is nothing but giving you some tips how to write job advertisement. This lesson is all about job advertisement. Yesterday, I told you that the first point when you are trying to write a job advertisement, you will have to include is about the job. About the job, we discussed everything yesterday. In that about the job, you will have to mention what is the nature of the job. It is a permanent one or a contractual one. In this case, the best job in the world, we found that this is a contractual one, and the term for this job is 6 months. So that much we learned, and what the person will get once he is selected for this job. Those things were included in about the job. Now, if you are trying to write a job advertisement, suppose for a teacher in a school, you will have to mention about the job section in the about the job section, what the job is like. It is a permanent one or a contractual one. If it is a contractual one, then the term is what? All these things you will have to mention in the first place. Secondly, what will be the duties of the teacher? Just like here, the best job in the world, island caretaker, what is his job there? Is mentioned in about the job. So when you are writing advertisement for some other jobs, you will have to mention the nature of the job in the first step. Then you will mention the second point, other duties may include. Here, the best job in the world, that is island caretaker. He will have to take care of the island stay. So, the other jobs may include, will have in the first place, feed the fish. So, in Great Barrier Reef Islands, there are more than 1,500 species of fish, and feed the fish, though the point is, it is mentioned in the lesson that the person who gets the job will not have to worry about feeding the fish there. Then, second point is clean the pool. The automatic, the islands there, the water there has an automatic filter, so it remains clean all the time. But the person who gets the job, if he sees some leaves falling on the water, it is advised that he should swim up to that leaf and remove it from the water. That is his job. Then third point, collect the mail. In the collect the mails, it is mentioned that sometimes he may like to go up in the air. He should have a flight in the air. From there, he should have a view of the islands, how it looks. So these things are there in the other duties that may include hay. Now the next point is about the job package. Now when you will write a job advertisement, many questions will be there in the mind of the participants or the candidates. That if I get the job, what will be there, what will be my salary, what is about my accommodation. So many things will be there. So it has been clear in this advertisement about all those things. See here in the first point you will find salary package, and the salary package is of Australian $150,000 for 6 months. It is not for 1 month, it is for 6 months. 6 months salary is what? 150,000 Australian dollars. So that is for 6 months. The next point in job package is return airfare to home country. Now once the 6 months expires, then the person will have to come back to his own country. Now he will be coming by flight. Now who will bear the actually fare? Now it is also mentioned that the return airfare will be provided by that authority. Next, the question is accommodation and transport. Accommodation where he will stay, and what about the transportation he will do? He will have to move from place to place, and that will for that he will have to spend some money. So from where that money will come, or he will have to bear that from his own pocket. So here it is mentioned that all accommodation and transport on Hamilton will be borne by that authority. Then the last point in the job package is about travel insurance. Now a question of security is there. If something happens during that 6 months term, what is going to happen? Now the person's life will have a travel insurance for those 6 months period. Then he will be provided a computer, internet, digital video, and still camera. So students, we can see this is indeed the best job in the world for 6 months, though it is providing so many facilities to that candidate who gets it. So what we learned today is that some other duties is that the person doesn't have to feed the 1,500 species of fish there. He doesn't have to feed them. The pools are already clean, but sometimes if some leaves are still there, it will be the job of the candidate to clean it. Then he may have some aerial transportation, and from high above the sky he can have a view of the islands. These are the things. And about the package, what things are mentioned? What is the salary? What is the salary that he will be getting for 6 months? The answer is 150,000 Australian dollars he will be getting. And what is about his return fare? It will be borne by the authority. Then accommodation and transport, all will be borne by the authority. Then travel insurance he will have. He will be given a computer. Then internet and digital video and still camera. This much for today, students. We will move on to the next 2-3 points which are laid about the location, education experience, how to apply this. I hope will be done tomorrow. So till then, goodbye. Thank you.